Hi everyone. If you're planning a wedding, you probably know how quickly everything can get overwhelming. There are so many things to keep track of. Your budget, guest list, vendors, timeline, and 100 little details. That's exactly why I created this wedding planner in Google Sheets. I wanted something simple, clear, and easy to use. A place where you can keep everything organized and actually enjoy planning your wedding instead of feeling stressed. In this video, I'll show you how this planner works and how it can help you stay on track while planning your big day. Let's start with the Instruction tab. This is basically your quick guide to the whole planner. Here you'll find simple explanations for each sheet, so you can easily understand how everything works and follow the steps whenever you need. Now, let's move to the first sheet, where you can set up the basic details for your wedding planner. First, choose your wedding day. Just double-click this cell and a small calendar will appear, so you can easily pick your date. Next, a little to the right, you can select your currency from the drop-down list. At the bottom, simply enter the names of the bride and groom. On the left side, you'll see a panel that will stay the same on every sheet. Here, you'll always see how many days are left until your wedding, and you'll also find quick links to all the other sheets. You can just click on any of them and it will take you straight there. And one more very helpful feature. In the top left corner, you'll see a checkbox. You'll find it on every sheet. When you click it, all editable cells will turn light green, so you can easily see which fields you can change without worrying about editing something important. Once you've filled in these basic details, you're ready to move on to the next section. Now, let's move on to one of the most important sheets, the wedding budget. This is where you'll plan and track all of your wedding expenses in one place, so everything stays organized and under control. The first step is to set your total budget. You'll see the Set Budget field at the top. Just enter the amount you're planning to spend overall. Next, we have the Categories section. I've already pre-filled the most common wedding expense categories for you, but feel free to adjust them. You can rename, delete, or add anything that fits your plans. Once your categories are ready, go ahead and assign a budget to each one. This helps you clearly see how much you're planning to spend in each area. Now, the heart of this sheet is the transaction tracker on the right side. This is where you'll log all of your actual expenses. To add a new entry, simply double-click in the date column and select a date from the calendar. Then, choose the category from the drop-down menu. This should match one of the categories you defined earlier. And finally, enter the amount you spent. As you add transactions, everything updates automatically. You'll see your spending reflected both in the category table and in the visual charts above, giving you a clear overview of where your money is going. This way, you're not just planning your budget, you're actively tracking it and staying in control throughout the entire process. Next, you'll find the venue options sheet. This is where you can compare and organize all the details for different venues you're considering. At the top, you can rate each venue using the star rating dropdown. This is a simple way to quickly capture your overall impression of each place. Below that, you can fill in all the key details: the venue name, location, and contact information, including both email and phone number. You can also add photos for each venue, which makes it much easier to visually compare your options and remember how each place felt. In the bottom section, you'll find the expenses area. This is where you can break down all the costs associated with each venue. Things like rental fees, catering, decoration, and any additional services. You can also track the deposit and automatically see how much is left to pay, so you always have a clear picture of your financial commitment. And finally, once you've made your decision, simply click the checkbox at the bottom. The selected venue will then automatically appear on your main dashboard, making it easy to keep everything connected and up to date. Next, we have the Food and Drinks sheet. This is where you can plan all the meals and beverages for your guests. Start by adding any dishes that come to mind or inspire you. You can treat this section like a brainstorming space at first. Just list out all your ideas. Then, for each item, enter the price proportion, followed by the quantity you'll need. This will help you understand the total cost for each dish. In the next column, simply select the category from the drop-down, whether it's appetizers, main course, desserts, drinks, or dietary options. Now, once you decide that a dish will actually be part of your final menu, just click the Picked checkbox. As soon as you do that, the item will automatically appear in the summary section on the left side. There, you'll see a clean overview of all the dishes you've selected, along with the total cost for each category. This way, you can easily experiment with different options while still keeping full control over your final menu and budget. Next, we have the Printable menu sheet. This is where everything comes together in a beautifully formatted layout, ready for your wedding day. All the dishes you've selected earlier are automatically organized into their categories: appetizers, main course, desserts, dietary options, and beverages, so you don't have to format anything manually. At the bottom, you'll also see the names of the couple and the wedding date, which makes the menu feel personal and ready to present to your guests. Once you're happy with everything, it's ready to print. Now, let's move on to the guest list sheet. This is where everything about your guests comes together in one place. In the very first column, each guest is automatically assigned a number, so you don't have to worry about organizing that manually. In the name column, simply enter your guest's full name. Next, you can add how many children will be attending with each guest. Right after that, choose whether the guest is connected to the bride, the groom, or both. Just select the option from the drop-down menu. Then, fill in their contact details: address, phone number, and email. You'll also find checkboxes to track important steps. Mark whether the invitation has been sent and whether the guest has any special dietary requirements. Once a guest confirms their attendance, just click the checkbox to indicate they've accepted the invitation. At the top of the sheet, you'll see a small summary box showing how many invitations have already been sent. And at the bottom, there's a visual chart that gives you a clear overview: how many guests are invited, how many are attending, and the percentages for each. You'll also see a breakdown of guests from the bride's side, the groom's side, or both, as well as a summary of dietary preferences like vegan, vegetarian, and more. Finally, the sheet calculates the total number of guests attending, including children, so you always know exactly how many people will be at your wedding. Next, all the guests who have confirmed their attendance in the guest list will automatically appear in the seating plan. On the left side, in the confirmed guests table, you'll see a full list of everyone who RSVP'd yes. This is your starting point for arranging the seating. At the top, you can set the seats per table. Simply enter how many people can sit at each table. Now comes the fun part: assigning seats. Next to each guest's name, just select the table number where they'll be seated. You have up to 24 tables available, so there's plenty of flexibility to organize everything exactly how you want. As you assign guests to tables, everything updates automatically. On the chart at the top, you'll instantly see how many people are seated at each table, which makes it super easy to balance your layout and avoid overcrowding. This way, you can visually manage your entire seating plan and make adjustments in seconds. Simple, clear, and stress-free. Next, let's move on to the wedding timeline sheet. This is where you can plan everything leading up to your big day, step by step. The timeline starts 12 months before the wedding, and each section represents a different month, helping you stay organized throughout the entire planning journey. In every table, you can enter your task name, set a due date, and here's a helpful feature. Just double-click the date cell, and a mini calendar will pop up so you can easily pick the exact date you need. You can also assign each task to a responsible person using a simple drop-down. Choose whether it's the bride or the groom in charge. Next, set the priority level, whether it's high, medium, or low, so you always know what needs your attention first. And once a task is completed, just click the checkbox to mark it as done. It's a quick and satisfying way to track your progress. You'll find these tables for all 12 months before the wedding, but that's not all. There are also dedicated sections for 1 week before, 1 day before, the wedding day itself, and even 1 week after. This way, you can map out every single detail and stay fully in control from start to finish. All right, now let's move on to the wedding itinerary. This is where you can plan the actual flow of your wedding events. This section covers your wedding day, as well as the surrounding days, like the day before or the day after, depending on how you want to organize your celebration. For each day, you can enter the date, the exact time each event starts, the name of the event, and any additional notes you want to include. So whether it's the ceremony, dinner, first dance, or even after-party activities, everything can be planned out clearly, hour by hour. And here's the best part. All of your events are also displayed visually at the top in a timeline chart. You can easily see how your day flows from one moment to the next, from early afternoon all the way into the evening. It gives you a clear picture of your schedule, helping you stay organized and making sure everything runs smoothly on your big day. Next, we have the packing list, your go-to place for organizing everything you need for both the wedding day and your honeymoon. In the first column, simply add each item you need to pack. It could be anything, from outfits and accessories to travel essentials. Once you've packed an item, just click the checkbox. As you do that, two things happen instantly. Your progress charts update to show the percentage of items already packed, and the item itself turns gray, giving you a clear visual confirmation that it's done. This makes it super easy to track your progress at a glance and avoid forgetting anything important. You'll also find separate sections for the bride and the groom, so each of you can manage your own packing list independently and stay fully organized. Next, we have the vendor comparison sheet. This is where you can research, compare, and choose all your wedding vendors in one place. Think of this section as your brainstorming space. Start by listing all the vendors you've found or are considering, whether it's photographers, catering, venues, or anything else. Then, in the category column, simply select from the drop-down to assign each vendor to the right category, like invitations and stationery, venue, catering, and more. After that, fill in their details, phone number and address, so everything is easy to access when you need it. You can also track the price, the required deposit, and whether the vendor is available on your wedding day. Just select yes or no. To make decision-making even easier, both the bride and the groom can rate each vendor using the star system. This way, you can clearly see what each of you prefers. And once you've made your choice, simply click the checkbox in the first column. That vendor will automatically appear in the final decision section on the left, giving you a clear overview of who you've already selected. It's a simple and powerful way to stay organized, compare your options, and confidently choose the perfect team for your big day. Next, we have the wedding calendar. This is your space to keep track of all additional tasks and important reminders in one place. On the left side, you can list all your tasks in the task column, anything you don't want to forget. Then simply select the due date using the mini calendar, so everything is clearly scheduled. You can also assign each task to a responsible person, whether it's the bride, the groom, or both, using the drop-down menu. And once a task is completed, just click the checkbox to mark it as done. It's a simple way to stay on top of everything and track your progress. At the top, you can choose both the year and the month you want to focus on. For example, you can switch to June or any other month, and instantly see all your planned tasks displayed in the calendar view below. This gives you a clear, visual overview of your schedule, so you always know what's coming up and when. Next, we have the gifts and thank you section. This is where you can easily track what you've received and who you've thanked. On the left side, in the gift tracker, all the names are automatically pulled from your guest list, specifically from the guests who have confirmed their attendance. Next to each name, you can enter the gift that person gave you. It's a simple way to keep everything organized and remember who gave what. Then, using the drop-down, you can mark whether you've already sent a thank you note. This makes it super easy to stay on top of your gratitude and ensure no one is missed. On the right side, in the registry section, all the gifts you've entered will appear automatically. Here, you can organize them further by assigning each item to a category, like home, decor, travel, or anything else that fits. You can also add the value of each gift. This is just for your personal reference, helping you keep track of everything in one place. It's a simple but powerful way to stay organized, show appreciation, and keep a clear overview of all your wedding gifts, Next, we move on to the music sheet. This is where you can plan the entire soundtrack of your wedding. Here, you can list all the songs that come to mind. Simply enter the song name, the artist, and the file name, especially useful if you're sharing tracks with your DJ or live band. You can also assign each song to a specific category, like ceremony, first dance, party, or any moment you have in mind. And if a song holds a special meaning, you can add a description, maybe a memory, a feeling, or why this song matters to you. This is your space to collect all your ideas and build your perfect playlist. Then, once you've made your decisions, just go to the final choice column and click the checkbox next to the songs you want to include. As you do that, the row will automatically change color, giving you a clear visual of your selected tracks. It's a simple and creative way to design the vibe and emotional flow of your entire wedding day. Next, we have the photos sheet. This is your space to collect inspiration and keep all your favorite wedding visuals in one place. You can simply add your own images and include a short description for each one, whether it's inspiration for decor, outfits, or special moments you want to recreate. To add a photo, just go to Insert, then select Image and choose Insert Image in Cell. From there, you can upload an image from your computer or select one directly from your Google Drive. Once you choose your image, it will automatically appear in the selected cell, perfectly placed in your layout. It's a simple and beautiful way to build your vision and keep all your ideas visually organized. Next, we have the theme sheet. This is where you can define the overall look and feel of your wedding. This section helps you visualize your style, from your wedding dress and shoes to the overall look of the bride and groom. You can also choose your color palette, so you have a clear idea of the tones and mood you want throughout your wedding. There's plenty of space to add inspirational images, whether it's outfits, decor, or any details that match your vision. Just like before, you can easily insert images and build your own visual mood board. This sheet is all about bringing your ideas together and creating a cohesive, beautiful concept for your big day. Next, we have the honeymoon budget. It works very similarly to your wedding budget, but this time it's all about planning your trip. Start by entering your total budget in the Set Budget section. Right away, you'll see how much you have left as you begin adding expenses. In the Category section, you can list all your honeymoon expenses. Some categories are already included, like travel, accommodation, or activities, but you can easily customize them to fit your plans. For each category, simply enter your planned budget. Then, move on to the transaction tracker. This is where you log every expense. Just enter the date, select the category, assign who's responsible, bride, groom, or both, and add the amount spent. As you fill everything in, your totals and charts will update automatically, giving you a clear overview of your spending and helping you stay on track. It's a simple and effective way to manage your honeymoon finances and enjoy your trip without stress. Finally, we have the Notes and Ideas sheet, your personal space for all your thoughts, inspirations, and spontaneous ideas. Here, you can write down anything that comes to mind, whether it's a creative idea, something you don't want to forget, or a potential decision you're considering. Simply add the date when you note it down so you can always track your planning process over time. And once you've made a decision or completed an idea, just click the checkbox. This way, you can easily keep track of what's already been finalized and what still needs your attention. It's a simple but powerful tool to make sure no idea gets lost and everything stays organized throughout your wedding planning journey. And finally, the most important sheet, the Overview Dashboard. This is where everything comes together. At a glance, you can see your wedding date, your total budget, how much you've already spent, and how much you have left, all clearly visualized with charts. You'll also find a summary of your venue selection, including the deposit, remaining balance, and total cost. The dashboard keeps track of your guest list, showing how many people have been invited and how many are attending. It also highlights your food and drinks choices, so you always have a quick overview of your menu decisions. On top of that, you'll see your tasks for today, pulled directly from your calendar, helping you stay focused and organized. And of course, your packing progress is right there too, so you always know what's ready and what still needs to be done. This sheet gives you a complete, real-time overview of your entire wedding planning process, all in one place. And that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll be happy to help.